So I love this comment because it doesn't come from a f***ed up place, right? That is something that such a technology could be used towards. Like that could be a positive thing. Imagine a company comes about and scrubs data, finds all of your videos and creates a holographic version of you to then have it available for your progenitors. I would absolutely love that. And I hope that that is where we will go. Somebody creates a sort of digital artifact that can be passed on from generation to generation. Like I think about all the things that I put out into my videos and my podcasts, and to have that available for my loved ones and for my great-grandchildren and my great-great-grandchildren, that would be amazing. I love the heart behind it. But here's the zero. Here's how corporations operate. Instead of sort of like thinking, how can we use this technology to improve humanity, improve society, there will be corporations that will come up and say, how can we commoditize people's lives, people's personalities, people's voices, for them to then maximize profit, to make the most amount of money possible. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to come up with a fucked up corporate version of you. Something made in the image and likeness of you, but different enough where you can't claim ownership of it or even claim that it is you. Because that's how corporations work, unfortunately. Go back and look at what artists have been complaining about with this AI generated art. They see their style in this AI generated art. They know their style. They've spent countless years and time developing their style. And then in a second, in an instant, corporations use their AI to generate art, an artist's style, and then steal it. But because it's not their exact work, even if it is their exact style, the corporation, the company can then claim that it's not unique to anybody, that it's a new piece, even if they know that absolutely it is something that was stolen. They can use the power of their lawyers to sort of argue this. And it will be done in a way so that they can circumnavigate laws, because that's how corporations work. Now imagine some sort of hologram, a holographic version of you, some digital clone. It's you, but with a twist. You, but like the off-brand version of you. Or on some level, on surface, you're looking at it and you're like, that's definitely me. But wiggly, where you can't sue, where you can't claim ownership. So imagine a future, and it's not that far ahead, where somebody who kind of looks like you, kind of sounds like you, it's a digital version of you being used in ultra personalized ads to target people you are close to, your loved ones, your family members, your grandma. Somebody pops up in an ad and it's a digital clone and it's speaking kind of like you, but it's not quite. And it looks oddly similar to you, but it's not quite. And now that image, your likeness, is now being used to sell a product, to convince your grandma to vote in a particular way, to convince your husband to buy you something, that you want something. And you wouldn't be able to do anything about it because, once again, they can claim that it's not you. And there are no laws, there's nothing in the books right now to stop that from happening. Now, the purpose of these sort of videos is that if we could talk about it ahead of time, then we could start making moves, lobbying for certain laws to be put in the books right now, because until things are against the law, there is nothing stopping this from happening. In fact, it's happening right now.
So I just found out that Spotify has been selling the rights to my voice to Apple Books directly for their use for machine learning and AI narration, without my consent and without compensating me. They have a subsection in their contract, in their author distribution contract, not mine. I have no rights in this whatsoever to my own voice. I have no rights in this whatsoever to my own voice. They have forced it upon my authors in a small, very fine print subsection that you are giving away your rights to the audiobook because you have bought and paid for the rights to the audiobook, the intellectual property of the audiobook. They are turning a profit off of you and then turning around and selling your intellectual property to Apple Books without giving you any payment either. There is no chance to opt out in the contract. You are automatically opted in.
People's lives, people's day-to-day existence being harnessed as sort of raw commodity to be sold so that some corporation, some company can register a profit to the benefit of their shareholders. It's not about how do we use this technology to help humanity. It's about how do we spend the least amount of money to make the greatest amount of profit. And that's what the dystopia that we live in, that's how things work.